Hey guys, Lee from Overbite Gaming here, and today we're doing a system review, and I have got myself a Switch. Now, I was really hesitant to get it, because it's one of those things where you're thinking, am I going to use it much? I mean, I don't travel sort of long distances other than walking, and it's a bit hazardous to play shit when you're walking, so I generally don't do that. I've got like a new 3DS XL, and to be fair, I played it a little bit, and then it sort of tapered off, so with the expense of a Switch, and I couldn't use it for the channel because of the Nintendo thing. Yeah, thanks, Nintendo. I was really hesitant to get it. But now I have it. And we shall see. I've just picked the microphone in my excitement there. But we shall see what I think. First up, let's have a look at the system itself. And any peculiarities can be dismissed because I am narrating previously captured footage. So, yes, this is new for me. Special. Okay, so here we have the Switch and my light and my lovely Artex ceiling. Lovely. It's got two thumbsticks, one on either side. They're offset from each other. They have a small degree of travel, but they're not bad. Home button, capture button, and on the top we have the power button. We have a volume rocker. We have a vent. It does have an internal fan, but it's very quiet. A headphone port and the game card slot. If I can get the damn thing open, it's one of those horrible rubberized hingy things which spring back on you all the time, and the card just pops out. It does. You do push it in and it gives a little click and off it goes, which is very nice, and it does sit pretty flush when you put it back. On the back we have a kickstand. It's pretty fragile, but it will pop off rather than break, and that's where your SD card goes underneath, and more vents on the back. You get the Joy-Cons. They come off by pressing that button and lifting up just like that, which can be a little bit of a trouble because you can see there's a lot of buttons around the top, so you end up pressing stuff while you're getting it out. Right, let's do some game footage, and I'll talk more about the system. Okay, one of the big disadvantages with the Switch is it only ships with 32GB internal memory. That's not a lot. In fact, there are some games that you cannot install without additional memory, so you will definitely need to get a micro SD card. There is no if, what, doubts, anything. The Switch itself is about £270. You get a good size memory card. You're talking about maybe another 40 on top. And that's without games. So it is an expensive bit of kit to get. Not compared to like top of the range PCs, but for what you're getting, it is quite expensive. It is very nicely put together. The main unit itself is really robust. The Joy-Cons are a little bit less so. They're still nicely made, but when you come off this sort of really rigid feeling center console and your fingers move across the Joy-Con, I'm sounding really sensual now. You can tell there's like a dip in components used, but they're still nice. They're not going to break on you. I haven't got the Pro Controller yet. I've really not had any difficulty using the Joy-Cons in their grip or just on the Switch itself and handheld mode, which is where I will be using it most and have used it most. As I said, I was really reticent about getting the Switch. I was thinking, am I ever going to use it? Am I just going to blow a load of money on it and then it's just going to sit on the shelf? That has not been the case. I've had it 2.5, 3 weeks now, and I've literally been sat in front of my big screen TV, which my PC and my games consoles are hooked up to, and the dock of the Switch as well, which, the dock's not great, but we'll move on. And I've actually been sat here and I've been using the Switch in handheld mode while I'm in front of my damn TV where all my games are, to play some games that I already own on those systems. I mean, I'm running like a selection of 3 in the background. I don't know what order I'll put them in yet, but they'll be there. And that's LA Noire, Skyrim, and Doom. 3 games that I have owned multiple times. I got LA Noire first on the PS3, then on the PC. The Doom I have on the PC, and Skyrim I have on the PC, and the Enhanced Special Edition, on the PC as well. And now I'm on the Switch. And the Switch is not as powerful as a PC. It's not as powerful as an Xbone or a PS4. Don't be looking for games to be amazing graphically or anything like that. It is toned down from that standpoint. However, the games themselves are largely intact. Having a handheld version of LA Noire just makes me happy in a really squishy way. It's amazing. I tried replaying it. I finished it on the PS3, played some of it on the PC, sort of fell out and didn't really finish it. Now I've got on the Switch, I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to be in the kitchen doing this. Yeah, I'm going to be on the toilet doing this. Interrogate, plop. that was probably too much information, but you know what I mean. And the other two games, Skyrim and Doom, both play like Skyrim and Doom. I think out of the three, I think Doom suffers worse from the reduction in power. The graphics look a lot more shonky, and it seems to adaptively change the graphics quality, which, you know, I'd rather, I mean, it runs at 30 frames a second, which isn't great. I mean, you want the 60 if you can possibly get it, but on a handheld, it's impressive. It's seriously impressive when you consider once you've taken the Joy-Cons off. The Switch is a very, very small tablet. It's not like an iPad or something like that. I mean, it's quite thick, though. But to actually get these games to run in the sort of intended spirit of them is a fantastic achievement. Nintendo games on the Nintendo Store are overpriced. The cards are fairly overpriced as well, in my opinion. I mean, Skyrim is how many years old? 10 years old, something like that. And we're getting to pay like 55 quid for it on the store. That's a bit steep. And yes, I was stupid enough to buy it off the e-store, so yeah, comments down below about what dickhead I am, but there you are. I am trying to get more on card now, because even, I mean, I bought, I think, a 256 gig SD card or something like that, and that's starting to fill up pretty quickly, to be honest with you. I mean, I have about 10 games on it, and it's getting full. Seriously. So I'm sort of looking more into buying the cards now, because they either don't install or they have a really small install size, like Zelda Breath of the Wild, which I will be talking about. That is about 500 meg is the installation size. But you've got the other side of the coin where I got LA Noire on card, and that needed to install like 13.1 gig, which is ugh. And you know, there's bigger ones than that. Doom was large, Skyrim was obviously large, so you do have space at a premium. I can see why a lot of the storage sort of bags that you get have space for multiple SD cards, because you're probably going to need them, in all fairness. I'm not sure how that works switching in and out, because I've only got the one. But to round things off, I mean, obviously the games I'm showing you now aren't Nintendo based, but Breath of the Wild is probably the game that sold the system, if I'm honest. I'm not massively over on it. It's a good game. I can see why people like it. I'm having fun with my time in it, but there's a lot of climbing, dude. There's like so much climbing, and it's so slow. And at the start, you've got no stamina, so you're like, I'm never getting up that. Oh dear. And I spent you have to go to these 4 points in the first one, 4 shrines, to get different abilities. And my God, the last one, it took me forever to work out how to get that. I had to resort to a walkthrough to actually just show me where to go, because I was so bloody lost. But it is a good game. It looks great. It's very stylized, and it's obviously been built to task for the Switch. I'm not so much of a fan of docking it and playing it on the TV, purely because it looks much better. Lower res stuff that's moving at lower frame rate is going to look better on a smaller screen. That's just the way it is. When you pop it on a 40-inch TV or something like that, you can really see it's been, I wouldn't say stretched, but you can tell it's been upscaled. And you know, you look even on the main menu, if you look at some of the menu items like the circles down the bottom and things like that, you can see like the aliasing is not great there, or is good there, because it's not anti-aliased. Oh, there you go. Some technical things. Ooh, makes a change. But this Switch itself, I'm loving it, and I really did not expect it. You know me, I'm a PC fan at heart. You know, I want the 60, I want the huge graphical powwows and all this, but like the achievement of getting these AAA games, and okay, they're not new ones. I mean, Doom's quite new, but the other two are certainly not new, and getting them to run in a way that is evocative of the original on a handheld, it just blows my mind. I mean, that's amazing. I am so happy with that. I mean, it's just perfect in what it's designed for. You can take your games with you, you can come back, you can put them in the dock, continue playing on your TV seamlessly. There's no problem with that at all. You will want to get a screen protector, because the whole scratching the thing is a actual thing. The dock itself feels very cheaply made. There's no guts to it at all. It's just basically a hub. It's got 3 USB ports. I think one of them may be a 3. I'm not sure. Maybe. An HDMI out and a power cord in. So it's not great. One thing I will dispel right now, because I was under the impression this happened. It doesn't. your Switch will charge faster than it discharges while it's in the dock, and it will also do so while just plugged into the wall socket or USB-C cable. So you can continue playing while it's charging. That's not a problem. You're not going to run out of battery or anything like that. It is slower from the wall for some reason. It may be because I'm using a third-party adapter rather than the official Nintendo one. But from the dock, yeah, it's quite quick. So, would I recommend you pick this up? I would say, if you can afford it, there's no reason for you not to pick it up. If you're the kind of gamer that likes to go on the move, if you're on a long train journey, something like that, this is absolutely perfect. What can make those train journeys fly by faster than a game of Skyrim, for Christ's sakes? How many hours do we all put into that? Yeah, a lot. So if you have the money, no reason not to get it. If it's gonna be a huge outlay for you, you might want to think. If you've already got a console at home, you might be better off listening to an audiobook on the train or something. But certainly, if you can get your hands on one, highly recommend it. I'm loving it far more than I thought I would. I really am, and I don't see myself putting it down. Honestly, I mean, I'm looking forward to whatever I get for Christmas, because I think it might be game based for the Switch, because I tend to buy all the other games because I have to review the damn things. But there you are. Anyway, guys, this has been Lee from Overbite Gaming. Don't forget we have videos out every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. And if you want to subscribe and join the happy crew here at Overbite, please click down below. And also don't forget to ring the bell. That'll give you notifications of whenever we're releasing a new video, because you wouldn't want to miss one of those, because they're awesome. Yeah, I didn't sound that convinced, did I? Yeah, never mind. Anyway, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you Thursday. He's spending 60% of his life locked in his fucking car shooting the same things over and over.
Okay, that's a good point. We'll come on to this now. So, in this game, we now have access to... I don't know if it was in the last game or not. I didn't play that one, but the risk is much higher as well.
Yeah, it's not just a PvP area either. It's an area that allows PvP, but there are AI enemies in there, and they're all hella tough. It's definitely designed for cooperative play in there.
Yeah, and I'd actually suggest